On Wednesday, Mitch McConnell, for the fourth time, blocked a bill that would have reopened the federal government had the Senate passed it and Trump signed it. This time, it was a bill brought by Democratic Senator Tim Kaine to reopen the federal government. On Tuesday of this week, it was a House bill that had already passed to reopen the government that Mitch McConnell blocked. So this guy is just doing everything he possibly can, as frequently as possible, to prevent the federal government from reopening. We're more than 30 days now into this partial government shutdown. Federal workers are about to get their second paycheck that's going to say $0.00 this coming Friday. And Mitch McConnell is the one human being standing in the way of reopening the federal government. At this point, even though he's on video saying he'll take full credit for it, this is his shutdown, this is not Trump's shutdown anymore, at least not entirely. This is Mitch McConnell's government shutdown. He is the one person who continues to stand in the way of getting 800,000 people in this country their paychecks. That's Mitch McConnell. He is the one who is doing this. Democrats in the House have repeatedly, at least 6 times, passed legislation to reopen the federal government. They have even discussed increasing border security funding as part of those measures to reopen the government, just not providing funding for the wall. And even that is not good enough for the Republicans. Even though Trump tells us, hey, we're stopping people left and right of the border, our security is phenomenal, but we still need a wall. None of this makes any sense, okay? Let's be 100% clear about that. Nothing that's happening right now in Washington, D.C. makes any sense. But what's especially confusing is Mitch McConnell himself. I mean, this guy is, going to be facing re-election very soon, and yet he's the one guy standing in the way of getting people back to work, getting the federal government working again. And he doesn't seem to care. Maybe it's because Mitch McConnell's been in the game so long, he understands that American voters have a very short attention span. They will move on to the next outrage within days of the federal government reopening, and they'll forget all about this 30-plus day government shutdown. That is a very sad reality, but it's a reality that Mitch McConnell knows, and he's hoping to use it to his advantage. And that's why he can play games with 800,000 people's paychecks. That's why he can play games with the economy that's suffering from people not being able to go to national parks, people not being able to go to museums, trash piling up, the IRS not being able to fully process people trying to file their taxes. That's all on Mitch McConnell. But this guy is 100% certain that every one of you out there will have completely forgotten about this by the time the 2020 election rolls around. And unfortunately, based on history, based on doing this for 15 years and seeing outrage after outrage that voters forget about very quickly, I am inclined, unfortunately, to think that Mitch McConnell is correct about American voters' attention spans. Thanks for watching, everybody. And don't forget, if you like what you see here, like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. And now you can also become a member of Ring of Fire and get exclusive early access to certain Ring of Fire videos all throughout the week. Just click on the little join button right below the video.